Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and although our flea markets and our outdoor sales like garage sales and that are closed up, there's still an opportunity to buy some things on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and things like that. And I was on Facebook and I actually got a notification of a sale from somebody I had purchased from before, and they had these two reels. Well, parts of reels, if you will. They're both the 320. This is the 320 GT2. This one's made in the USA. Some of them are made in China. They moved right around that same time. And this is the GTI. Both of them big reels, both of them missing the gear side plate, the handle, the dogs, and so on. And this one's frozen, has a frozen pinion on it. And this one, I think, is just missing things, including the pinion gear. So I decided, you know, for $10 in parts, why not contact the guy? And I went over and I did just that. And of course, you got to ask when you do these things, do you have anything else you're interested in selling? And he said, I have a whole bucket full of reels that I intended to fix one day, and I just didn't get it done. So I made an offer, got the whole thing for less than $100, and I wanted to share them with you today. These will become the subject of some a series at some point in time, and we'll show them to you. So the first one up is the tried and true pen. It's the Surfmaster 200, sometimes referred to as the Squitter Junior. It has a very similar design. This one's totally corroded with bad calcification and salt and the like on the reel. But if nothing else, the parts are good, and this can be cleaned up. So we're gonna go do that. Now, I've done videos on the 200 already, so I don't think we'll go do that one, but if the chance presents itself, maybe I will. The reels that I purchase for tune-ups and that always take a back seat to my customers' reels, so one of these days is kind of when that will show up. It won't be an immediate kind of a thing. Here's the one that caught my eye. This one is a Shimano Dakota. It's the 500. It's a beautiful reel. It's got a stuck handle, which I think the WD-40 will correct, and it's got a line guide assembly that isn't working. This isn't turning. I don't know if you can see that there, but we can take care of that. Parts are still available, and I will tune this one up, and I'll probably will make a video on that one. Next up is the good old-fashioned Mitchell 302 to add to my pile. This one's working fine. It has a lot of paint loss on the spool, but the rest of the paint is actually pretty good. So if you wanted to kind of semi-restore this, just replace the spool. And this one has a bail assembly that just isn't firing. And usually that means that the pin under here is stuck. You can see that it is. There's a pin that would be right here that should be coming out to close in on the bail. That sticks. That's just a matter of a lot of dirt and junk accumulating in there. I think what we'll do is we'll take that apart. We'll show you how to do that if you have one of these that has a bail that won't stick. But otherwise, that one's complete. Speaking of complete, this one's completely frozen. This is a Penn Beachmaster 155, and it is just solid rock frozen. So why do you want a 155 that's frozen? Well, it came in a bunch of reels, but the side plates. The side plates are hard to get because they crack, and if you can get one of those, even though these are badly damaged or scarred from UV damage, they're still going to make a reel work. But other than that, this is a pure parts reel. You can always tell the older reels by the handle. That's a smaller knob than what you're accustomed to seeing in something like this. That's a later reel. This one was probably the 50s. And then they changed over to the broader based reel. So parts reel on a 155. Here's a reel I've never purchased, but I certainly have a lot of them. This is a Silster. working. Has a little bit of an issue, it seems. Nah, maybe not. Maybe, yeah, a bail trip. Okay, so this one's just got a tight bail trip on it. And this is a 60 size reel with a lot of flaking paint, kind of indicative of the way these were made, rusted screws, flaking paint. But this one will certainly get tuned up and go to some kids somewhere who can use this and learn on it. And we'll certainly look forward to doing that. Here's an eagle claw that kind of goes in the line for me with the Silsters. Kind of tough to get parts for them. This is an eagle claw 4060. I know I've never done one of these, so we'll put this in a pile to go fix. This one has a missing button up top, but that doesn't affect the drag operation at all. It's just a little decal kind of thing like this one up here that's missing, so I wouldn't worry terribly about that. Otherwise, this one is in okay shape. Continuing right along then, here's another pen. It's the Long Beach. This one's the 65, and actually this one's got a really bad grind to it. I can feel it inside there. Something's going on, and it doesn't turn here. So something's frozen in there, probably the spool gear. That happens with a lot of reels that just lay around. This one may have been laying around on the bottom of the ocean. I don't know. These, you really don't get these tarnished the way that this one is, so probably a parts reel in the end. Here's an interesting one. You don't see this one around too much. It's a rear drag pen. It's the Pen 250 GR or graphite. It's got the rear drag. It's probably a 50 size reel. 250 probably is. That noise that it's making is the line that's actually trapped under the spool here, but otherwise this one seems like it's working. I'll probably do that one just because I haven't done a Pen 250 GR before. Moving right up to scale, here's a Ryobi. You don't see these very much, at least anymore. It's missing the button here, so that's probably going to be a parts reel. It's a lefty reel. It's a bait caster, and trip mechanism is hard on it, so that'll probably go in the parts bin. I always like to keep these. This is the 300 later edition broken reel seat. Usually means it's a parts reel at this point. The internal parts are good. I do have a case replacement if I need to, or if I choose to want to make this a go, but this one's in pretty tough shape. Here's a Kencor. This is a Japanese reel from the late 70s and 80s. I understand that the free spool does not work on this one, and that's probably something stuck in there. I haven't done a Kencor in quite some time, and the one I did was a larger version of it. Actually, it sits on my desk right here, so I may do the smaller version. This is the number 870, so I may get around to doing that one as a video. It's just keep on coming. Here's another Mitchell 300. This one's got a bail issue, obviously. It's not resetting and it comes all the way back. This one can get fixed up pretty easily, and I'll intend to do that. We have I'm not sure what we have here. A Quantum Micro. I haven't done one of these. This one's typical of what happens when the reels freeze. This one looks like a parts reel as well, but that's why I bought all of these. This is not going up and down. The shaft means the crosswind block is broken, and that kind of renders that useless. There's a J.A. Cokes. A lot of people read that as jealousy, and if you're shopping on eBay. It's a partial reel. It's missing the back end. Turns very difficult. I haven't done a Cokes in a while. Cokes was out in California as a reel maker, and it kind of mirrors a lot of the Ocean City reels and the like. That's one probably will go to parts. Here's another one. This is a Quantum. I think I've done this one. This is the Quantum Snapshot. It's the SS20. Looks like it's in okay condition, other than the bail doesn't work. It seems to be a recurring theme. Everything else seems to go, so we'll see what we can do with this one. Again, kind of missing the top, but that's not important to this reel. Continuing along here then, This one looks like fun. I'm not quite even sure what it is. I'm thinking Spinfisher or something. It's labeled as an ES1. I said Spinfisher, I meant Sport Fisher. This is an Olympic. Okay, I like Olympic reels. There's a grind in there, probably a bad main gear, something skipping on the teeth. Yeah, there's something missing in there. We'll take it apart, find out why that reel failed. Here's another one. These always are good for parts. We're missing the down end side of it. This is a Shimano IX 2000 without the supporting drag adjuster. Here's a fun one. These are always kind of fun. I don't work on these much. This is a Johnson Sentry. Jane, if you're watching, you're probably going to get this reel. It's missing the button. And finally, we have what, let's see what we got here. We got a, interestingly enough, this one's titled Squitter. It's Kozone. I'm going to have to do some research on this one. German silver, a company called Kozone. And more than one thing seems to be wrong with this. It's not engaging, and it's missing something here. So that's the free spool lever, I'm sure. Well, no, we have this free spool on this side. I don't know if we have a double free spool, but there's some kind of lever going on over here. All right, we'll take a look at that and see what's going on with that as well. So that's kind of the purchases of the day. And I guess the operative thing here is ask when you are curious about obtaining some parts reels and the like. It all started with these two, and kind of finished up with a whole bunch of stuff. The one that is, of course, the one of interest to me, which will pay for everything I paid for, will be the Dakota. The 302 will get working again. There's a few others in there that'll make it work, and the rest will go into parts trays for when the opportunity presents itself. So I hope you've enjoyed that. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Thank you for watching.